You'll find peace in the storm because He is our guide. So let's take a journey to the other side. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of my podcast called To the Other Side. For those who are new here, welcome. And for those who are coming back, hey, it's nice to see you again. As I mentioned in the intro, we have a very special guest here with us today. Someone that I literally grew up with. Like, I know we always say friends, I grew up with this person. Like, no, like I literally grew up with him because it's my brother. Woo! This is Avalon Garrick. And yeah, this is my broke bestie little brother. He's not broke. I'm joking. Relax. He's really uncomfortable right now. But I think this is what's going to make the podcast even better because he hates public speaking. Facts. But we're here. I think that he has a really good story to tell of how he got from point A to point B with, you know, the chronic illness that he did suffer with for a certain amount of time, and how he's kind of walking in his purpose right now and his creativity and just where God is taking him. So I'm really excited for you all to hear. I hope you're encouraged by it. I know a lot of people right now are going through a lot with health-wise. I just feel like, you know, that's another story for another day, but I just feel like in the last couple of years, there's just been so much more diagnoses. And it's obviously coming from the food, the air qualities, whatever. We're not getting into that. But I know a lot of people are struggling with certain things that they don't know what's going on in their bodies. Like I know I am right now, and that'll probably be another episode because I know God is going to heal me from it. But yeah, let's welcome my brother again. Woo! Are you excited to be here?
Yes, but I'm also terrified. I don't like public speaking.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel like I'm a better writer than speaker,
Okay.
and it just takes me a little longer to like process and figure out what I want to say on the spot. But we're here. I'm out of my comfort zone, and we're doing it.
Exactly. Weren't you on a podcast before with your mentor? I think you did one, right?
Yeah, but I wasn't on camera though.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Now, cameras can cause a certain amount of stage fright. I understand that, but just. I'm your older sister. I've never stared you wrong. Even though Avalon and I growing up, we were each other's biggest ops. Like that's the Gen Z term nowadays. You remember we used to fight all the time? And I don't even know why.
Like brother-sister activities, I don't know.
No. I think it was a different level of like, I don't know. I just don't think you liked me. I remember when Avalon was born and everyone can tell me that like, oh, I don't remember that because I was only 3 years old. Like, no. You know when memories are imprinted in your brain? I remember Avalon was born. They brought me to the hospital to see him. I was still young. I had the pacifier in my mouth. Why the nurse took my pacifier out of my mouth and said, you don't need this anymore, let's give it to your brother. That's when I knew I didn't like you. Already taking my stuff and you were just out the womb. I was pissed.
I don't have anything to say to that. It's out of my control.
But yes, Avalon and I are 2.5 years apart. We do have a younger sister. You're 10 years apart from her. She's 12 years apart from me. She's great. Shout out to Caitlin. She'll probably be on the podcast eventually in the future. But yeah, I would say growing up, I always saw Avalon as like real life Spider-Man. This man was always jumping off of something. Like we lived in the Bronx for a little while and we had these couches and he was like jumping from couch to couch, flipping off couches. Like, even though we didn't really like each other, we were still like partners in crime. Like we would just do like stupidness. Like I don't do you remember anything that we used to do? Like I don't even we used to share a room. So that was that.
Yeah. I remember at one point our dad gave us like Game Boys and they would shut off the lights for night and we would be playing the Game Boys under the covers.
Yeah.
And then we heard footsteps and we would alert each other when they were coming and just pretend we were sleeping.
Exactly. We used to do that. We had the Game Boys. We had the
GameCube.
We never had GameCube.
We
had Nintendo 64.
Oh, Nintendo 64.
Yeah, we were playing Donkey Kong. Mm-hmm. All that. He got me into gaming. I was a gamer because of him. We had the PSP. You had the PSP.
DS.
Yes, we were. And then the Nintendo dogs. Does anybody remember Nintendo dogs?
Oh, that's a throwback.
What a time. I remember our mornings were we used to go to Catholic school, so we used to get ready together. We used to watch.
Oh, it was the lineup. I think it was Tarzan first. No, I think it was
Between the
It was Tarzan, then Elmo's World.
Yes.
And then
Between the Lines.
Between the Lines.
Yeah. We used to, that was our morning routine. We would put on our clothes, we'd go downstairs, eat breakfast, and the TV would be in the kitchen, and we would be watching all those things.
Yeah.
What a time. And then we moved up here, and then, you know that natural time frame when your siblings, like, hate each other, but then in, like, one age, you just become friends? I don't remember that age. Maybe when Caitlin was born, because we realized that we had no more attention. No offense, Caitlin. We just became friends, and we had to, I guess, rely on each other a lot. But yeah, that's my little bestie over here. He doesn't know it though. It's probably one of those reels too where it's just like, do you know that you're my best friend or something? And they're like, I'm your best friend. You're probably not mine. But whatever, it's fine. But like I said, we grew up a lot together, clearly. And with that, I was able to see him grow, but I also was like firsthand to his struggles, if that made sense. I was there through the thick and the thin. I was literally next door, because then we had our separate rooms when we moved up from the Bronx. But it was just a lot happening. And I don't necessarily feel like I processed it when I was younger. I just did what I had to do as the older sibling. And that's another episode too. We're talking about the oldest sibling syndrome, but whatever. But before we start, I just wanted to say, and you already know this, that you are probably one of the most inspirational people in my life. And I'm grateful for you. And I think that you do have a story to tell. And you are a poet, you are a lyricist, you are a writer, and God's not really done with you yet. I'm excited to see where you continue to grow and go. And one thing about Avalon, and everybody knows, Avalon does not care. Avalon does what he wants, when he wants, how he wants. Very freeing. And I think he's learned that over the couple of years of what he went through. And something that he's also said too is that he found his voice in the midst of the struggle. So there's always pain to purpose. We'll get there with his stuff. And I'm actually wearing his merch, Forward in Faith. We'll talk about that too. He's wearing his merch, and then he got his little tea over there. Also, if anybody knows Avalon, he is the tea. Is that connoisseur? Is that the word?
Tea connoisseur.
Yeah, connoisseur.
I don't know. I guess that's
connoisseur.
French.
Hey, okay, sip. I should have got tea, but we're not sipping that tea. There's no spicy thing, but whatever. Let's just get into it. So, I guess, how old were you when this all, well, let's go backwards. What is Lyme disease?
That's a hard question. Well, it's basically like a bacterial infection that you get from, I don't know, probably more things nowadays, but usually it's from like a mosquito or like a tick. Mm-hmm. And it basically just latches onto you and basically you become the host for it. And it kind of just like spits its bacteria into your body. And then the bacteria just nests itself in your body and lays dormant for however long and just comes out to play when it wants. And it just mainly attacks the nervous system. So that could cause a number of issues. And everyone that gets Lyme or gets diagnosed with Lyme, they usually have different symptoms depending on, I guess, their body or like where the bacteria hides out. Mm-hmm. So for me, it was mainly cognitive. Like I would look fine on the outside, but like mentally I was just going crazy, like short-term memory loss, like hallucinations, depersonalization/derealization. I'm not sure if you know what that is.
I have no idea what that is.
It's like you lose your sense of, like, I guess realness or like your sense of self, and just nothing feels real anymore. You're like trapped in a video game. It's like you're watching yourself. You're sitting on the couch watching yourself through a TV, mm-hmm. and like you're on the TV acting, and like you could do nothing to control yourself. It's really weird. It's like you're inside your own body watching yourself act.
Is that like Get Out moment in that movie?
Yes,
where he's
literally.
Like, yeah.
You're like in the sunken place and you're just acting like on autopilot.
Isn't that scary?
Yeah, it was really weird. I don't wish that on anybody, but
So I know a couple people that have also had Lyme, and it affected them. Like they had the brain fog.
Yeah, that too, brain fog. Yeah.
They really struggled in school.
Yeah.
And then they had a lot of joint pain.
Yeah.
And that was about it.
Pain too, yeah.
So I think it also depends when you like catch it, right? Of like
how fast you catch it. I mean, some people catch it within like the first month. they just knock it out of their system with like antibiotics. But if you don't, it becomes long term, possibly become chronic, and then that's where the problems start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to a Lyme clinic at one point, getting IV treatment every day, and everyone in there obviously had Lyme, and some people had Parkinson's symptoms or shaking or like Bell's palsy. Half of the side of their face was paralyzed, or schizophrenic symptoms. Or some people just can't walk, like they're from the waist down, like their body function is just not operating.
Yeah, that's interesting. So okay, so there was a tick that bit you.
Allegedly.
We don't know.
Yeah,
we still don't know.
I never saw the tick. And when you get bit by a tick, apparently you get like a bullseye rash, and that's like a main indicator.
Yeah.
I never saw a rash, never was itchy anywhere in my body. But I assume it's from a tick because I grew up playing sports in the woods, you know, in the grass, and
Yes.
so I don't know.
He played football. He played track.
Ran track.
Ran. Sorry, the word. Yes, ran track. What was your event again?
What, for track?
Yeah. See, I know the
like
word.
The sprints, like 100, 200.
Yeah, but that wasn't really in the
Long
okay.
jump.
So track. He also played soccer, and then living up in the woods. Like Avalon is nature boy. Like he is again real life Tarzan and Spider-Man. Like you will catch him in his woods. Like that is his tranquility. Like hearing water, just being away from people. He is a wolf. So like, but even growing up, like we had friends on the block, and we were just doing like wood hood things. Like we were just outside.
Yeah.
Before the iPads, before all the technology.
Childhood.
Like we played kickball. We was playing like wiffle ball. I learned how to hit a.
Yeah.
I was with the boys. Like I was a tomboy. So I just remember also Avalon would have practices in like fields of grass for football at some points when you couldn't go on the turf or something. So, you know, ticks, from my understanding, are carried by are on deer, like the animal deer.
I mean, that's what they say. It's like where you find a lot of deer population, you find ticks too.
Yeah. And there's a lot of deer around here. Like I've heard of I think my friend's dog just recently had a tick on them, on the dog. And then I heard a couple people, but yeah. So, okay. So how old were you when this all started?
I mean, that's kind of hard to like trace back, but I can tell you when I first started feeling things. Like I don't know when I got bit because they say it could just lay dormant in your body for months or years. But 7th grade, 2011. Let's do some math.
I can't do math.
I can't do math right now on the spot.
Okay.
But 7th grade.
Maybe like 12, 13.
What's 2025, 2011?
I'm not doing math.
What is that, 14 years?
I'm not doing.
I'm 20.
I'm going to do the math right now.
I was like 13, 14.
That's what I said.
Whatever.
Okay.
And I remember there was like 1 week I was just feeling weird. Like I was saying, like that dreamlike state. Just walking the halls, like hallucinating and not feeling myself. But I didn't know what it was because I didn't know I was sick. I didn't see any rash or anything. So I just thought at a certain point, you turn 13, 14, that's how life was. Like your brain switches to something else. So I didn't say anything. I just stomached it and just went on with my life. And that was probably the bad thing to do. But again, I wasn't aware of anything, so I didn't speak out or tell anyone. But that's when I realized, like looking back, that's how like the bacteria got chronic or like resistant in my body because I just let it run its course. Instead of treating it with antibiotics. But 7th grade, remember I was in accelerated math class and we were having a test on like, I don't know, geometry or something. And I remember in the middle of the test, I'm like, oh my God, I don't know anything. Like I forgot everything. And I was just sitting there, just with hands on my head, just like, I can't do this test, I'm gonna fail. So I remember walking to the bathroom and just throwing cold water on my face, trying to like reset myself. And I came back and I thought I did good. But then I got the test back like a few days later and I got a 48. I had never failed a test in my life. And I was in shambles. And my mom's a teacher, our mom's a teacher. So she really has high expectations for us. So I think I actually told you, I was like, I failed this test. What should I do? And you said, tell her before she finds out.
Listen.
And it'll be easier. So I did that. And then obviously she was upset or whatever. And then she emailed the teacher, and the teacher said, hey, if you like, I'll let your son take the test home and like make corrections or whatever and update his grade. So I did that. And my mom was helping me, and we were sitting at the table together, and something that should probably take like 30 to 45 minutes ended up taking like 2 or 3 hours because I couldn't focus. I was all over the place, and then that's when my mom realized something's wrong with him. And then whatever, we got the test corrections, I got a better grade, and then in the coming weeks in school, the teachers were emailing Mom that I was falling asleep and not paying attention, just like not my normal self. So yeah, I think I went to the guidance counselor. They started asking me like, what's wrong? Like, did anything change at home? Did you go through any major like life events? And I was like, no, like literally nothing. And then further down along, like some days I feel better, like my normal self. And then one day I'll wake up and be like, the dream state again. I'm like, this is crazy. But I really didn't get diagnosed until like one day I came down with like, I guess like flu-like symptoms.
It was
like,
strep throat.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And then obviously I went to the doctor. They took a blood test, and then I think like a day later I'm playing Xbox downstairs. My dad comes down the stairs with like a blank face. He's like, the doctor called and she says you're really sick. I'm like, what does that mean? And he's like, Lyme disease. I'm like, I didn't even know people got Lyme disease. I remember there's a kid on my bus who had Lyme, but I didn't really know what it entailed or what the symptoms were or anything. And he seemed fine, so I didn't really think anybody else got it. That was the first time I heard of Lyme disease ever. And yeah, that's the diagnosis.
I remember, I think they misdiagnosed you a little bit because
they did.
They were saying that you had strep. That's why. So it was probably flu-like symptoms. And Mom took you to the doctor, and the test kept coming up that you had strep. Mm-hmm. So they were pumping you with antibiotics for strep, but it wasn't. Like you were just still there.
Yeah, that's another thing. I mean, I don't want to get into it on this podcast, but
yeah,
there was a time, probably still going on, where doctors are like losing their license for like prescribing medicine for long periods of time. So they were trying to say that Lyme doesn't exist and try to like cover themselves. And I think that's what one of the doctors did to me. And later on down the road, I found out he got like his medical license revoked for something. So I don't know. It's just a big messy thing.
It is messy, and yeah, it's another story for another day because what is the world that we live in? But that I remember, Avalon was always this person that was energetic. Like he was always an introvert, but he knew how to be an extrovert because of the sports that he played. He was always like the class clown. He was always, like hyper and whatever, active, like ready to go, very athletic, very moving, very animated. Avalon was animated. Like I said, Spider-Man, Tarzan, like swing, like, and then just, there was weeks where he just was in bed and didn't get out of bed. And like, I guess my brain maybe like, I don't know. I don't even remember that conversation or when the doctors, like, I don't remember any of that. And I think it's because I was taking care of Caitlin. I think Caitlin was born. Yes.
Yeah.
Because you're 13, 14, Caitlin was like 1 or 2. So I think I was helping my mom out with Caitlin. And I think that was, while Mom was helping you, I was helping Caitlin. So I just don't remember any of that. I just remember him being sick and no one really knowing what to do. And it just being like chaos. Like, I remember, us having to like get you out of bed.
Yeah.
Like remind you to eat. Like remind you to shower, brush your teeth. Like Avalon, today is this day. Like, and I think it's insane. Like it was.
I remember you like drag me out of bed, like force food into me, and like sit down next to me. Like, today is Wednesday. You have been like mentally out of it for like such and such a time. Like, you need to do this today. You need to get ready by this point. It's a doctor's appointment. And then you could just go lay back down for the rest of the day.
Yeah, it was definitely a family effort for sure to, support him because it was hard. Like, Avalon's not your typical middle child. Like, he's also the only boy, so the dynamic is different, but like, he's just cool. Like, he was never anyone that gave my parents issues. Like, he was just fine. Like, and he's smart. Like, accelerated math, like, I don't even know if I was in accelerated math. I don't know. But I also knew, like, there was something issues too, like when school, regardless of the fact, Avalon always bounced back. So just to put into perspective, because we could be here forever talking about this, when he would have flare-ups, he would be out or in the sunken state for like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks at a time. So he'd be fine for a couple months, whatever, and then a flare-up would happen. So he's out for 2.5 weeks. That means out of school, out of extracurricular activities, out of everything, like just not here. And during those 2.5 weeks, us as a family, we're on it. Like making sure he's eating, someone staying home, someone taking him to his treatment, someone like doing that, like making sure he's drinking water, like you're dehydrating. And then he doesn't sleep at night, so he sleeps during the day. And it's a lot, those 2.5 weeks. And then when he like comes to or he's out of the flare up, it's like we can breathe again. And like, I hope you never felt like you were like a burden to us. Like, I don't think we've ever.
Of course I did.
I mean, yes, but did we make you feel like that?
I mean, kinda. It's like you have to go out of your way to just drive me like 40 minutes to treatment, or like calling me throughout the day to see if I'm alive.
Yeah.
Making food. Yeah.
You kind of lost your sense of what's the word? Not identity, but what's the, like, you couldn't do something for yourself. I forgot the word.
Authority?
Not authority. I know. What is that word?
Hey guys, it's Avalon here. I'm happy to be a guest on my wonderful sister's podcast, To the Other Side. She's really taking me out of my comfort zone, but it feels good, I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, thanks for the inspiration. I don't think I've ever told you this, but you consider me like one of your biggest inspirations, but I look at you the same way, so we kind of mirror each other. Yeah,
That's my twin.
I aspire to be like you. The way you're so confident and you just move through life like with authority, and you could just talk to anyone, make conversation with anyone, and just you're just really knowledgeable about things that I have no clue about. So yeah, I look up to you, and yeah.
I wasn't trying to cry on this. I'm just trying to promote your stuff. Like, let's just do this. Like, come on, bro.
It needed to be said.
No,
But,
thank you. I appreciate that.
I have 2 books. The first one is Eyes Up, Paint a Purpose.
When did this come out?
This one came out, oh my gosh, I gotta look this. This one came out.
Doesn't even matter. It's out.
In December of 2023.
Got it.
So right before the new year. Yeah. Yeah, this is my first baby. This cover is actually painted by a wonderful painter in France. Naima, thank you. This is crazy.
And then your second book came out
Yeah, the second book came out
last year.
this year.
Oh, yes, your
Beginning of
birthday.
this year, 2025. I released it on my birthday with some merch that we are wearing here. And
Oh, yes.
here's my logo. Thank you, Jordan Mavra, for making such an amazing logo. And yeah, I appreciate all the support, the love.
Where can you find this?
You can find my books on Amazon, or if you're not supporting Amazon right now, you can message me, email me, DM me on Instagram at Noble King Wolf, and if I have an extra copy, I'll be happy to sign it and send it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and these are my babies. I've always wanted to write a book, and now I have 2. I'm not sure what's coming in the future, but like my heart, mind, and soul are in these. My first one has photographs, poems, yeah.
Just get it. You're going to have to review it yourself. Just
Yeah.
get it. And we thank you for your contribution in advance to the Noble King Wolf Ministry. Goodbye.